Chapter 4 Development and Democracy. Independent India dreamed of political democracy along with social and economic development. For this purpose, the directive principles of state policy have been included in the Constitution of India. The directive principles of state policy provide guidance to the state for socio-economic development. We have to strengthen democracy through socio-economic development. Democracy has been rightly explained by Abraham Lincoln, the President of United States. Democracy means the government of the people, for the people, by the people. Here, people are the center of democracy. Democracy is not merely government, but also a way of life. Hence, in democracy, development means development of people. Development is more meaningful only if people participate and involve actively, and the same reaches to the last person, which is called Antyodaya by Gandhiji. Meaning of socio-economic development. Development is not merely growth, but it is a continuous and most complicated process. It is a two-way process, natural development and planned development. It takes place with passing of time and in the society even unconsciously with social change, while planned development takes place consciously by state. Here, we will discuss the socio-economic aspect of planned development. Social development is concerned with the development of social organizations and their way of working, while the economic development indicates national income, per capita income, an increase in employment opportunity, industrialization, modernization, and urbanization. These socio-economic indicators of development also indicate human development. Aim of socio-economic development in India. Accordingly to scholars, the aims of socio-economic development in India are as follows. 1. To raise national income and increase the growth rate. 2. To reduce the economic inequality among different classes and groups of people. 3. To curb the centralization of wealth and means of production and use them in the largest interest of the society. 4. To take measures to remove poverty. 5. To create opportunities and means of employment. 6. To provide facilities for education, health, and housing with basic amenities to enable human beings to live a dignified life. 7. To preserve and nurture environment. 8. To initiate comprehensive programs for the development of deprived and weaker section of the society. Planning Commission. The Planning Commission was set up in the year 1950 to achieve the socio-economic developmental goals. It was set up by passing a resolution in the cabinet by the government of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. It was a non-constitutional body. Apart from that, the Finance Commission is a constitutional body. Under the guidance and support of these two organizations, we have completed 13 5-year plans and we have received grand achievements in the areas of socio-economic development. The Planning Commission was a very useful institution for development in the line of socialistic pattern. With the new wave of liberalization, privatization, and globalization which started in 1991, we wanted an institution which is liberal and flexible in nature. Based on this premise, a new institution called the Niti Aayog was born. Niti Aayog. On 1st January 2015, the Niti Aayog, a new institution, was created under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Its full form is National Institution for Transforming India. It is a think tank for policy formulation in India, and Niti is also a non-constitutional institution. Objectives for the establishment of Niti Aayog. The objectives behind the establishment of Niti Aayog are as follows. 1. To formulate policies related to socio-economic problems after discussion in a democratic way under the guidance of experts. 2. To provide a proper position to India in a fast-changing world. 3. To encourage the state governments to participate in formulation of economic policy, thus initiating a down-to-upward approach. 4. To improve the relationship between the states and the center. It will help in developing a federal where there will be competition with cooperation. 5. To represent state governments and union territories for development. 6. India is a country of diversity. States are in different stages of socio-economic development. So, Niti Aayog believes that there cannot be a common pattern of development which was used by Planning Commission. To achieve these objectives, the formation of Niti Aayog is like a think tank, institution or a forum. Following are the salient points regarding the formation of Niti Aayog. A. The Prime Minister shall be the chairperson. B. The Management Council shall consist of Chief Minister of all states and Lieutenant Governors of all Union Territories. C. The Regional Council shall consist of Chief Ministers of states and Lieutenant Governors of Union Territories of that area. They will meet along or with other Chief Minister for a defined issue or other such issue. The meeting of such council will be conducted by chairman or his representative. D. Experts of various areas and practitioners shall be appointed by the Prime Minister based on special invitation. The positions of members in Niti Aayog shall be as follows. 1. The Prime Minister shall be the chairperson. 2. Their full-time members include an economist, ex-head of DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization, and an expert of agriculture. 3. 2 part-time members who shall be from research organization from prominent universities and other such related organizations. They will be changed through a policy of a rotation. 4. 4 members from the Council of Prime Minister's Office as ex officio. 5. The Chief Executive Officer shall be of rank of Secretary to the Government of India, who will be appointed by Prime Minister for a fixed period. 6. Additional appointment of secretaries will be done as per requirement. Special features. The special features of Niti Aayog are as follows. It is a non-constitutional body. It has come into existence by a resolution passed by the Cabinet on 1st January 2015. Its structure will like a think tank or a forum. It will be more active than Planning Commission and will discuss developmental issues based on problems of various states through councils. It will formulate policies for socio-economic development through its council, which will consist of Chief Minister of States and Deputy Governors of Union Territories instead of representatives from the center. It is an institution suitable for liberalization, privatization, and globalization which are relevant to India and will be able to create a suitable position for India in global competition. It is an institution for policy formulation in cooperation with the centers and states and will remove difference between the states. It will work for development of country with a vision for next 15 years. We have, however, to wait and watch how effectively it will yield results in due course of time. Apart from the Niti Aayog, there are various agencies which work for such plan development. Role of district development agencies. Mahatma Gandhi had emphasized the decentralization and empowerment of people at the grassroots. To fulfill his dreams, the Government of India appointed a committee under the chairmanship of late Sri Balwantari Mehta in 1957. This committee suggested a three-tier structure for Panchayat Raj to increase people's participation in the work of development. As per recommendation of the committee, states established Panchayati Raj convenient to them. In 1978, a committee under the chairmanship of late Ashok Mehta, which was appointed to evaluate the Panchayati Raj, suggested that the district should be the first point of decentralization. Many other study groups also suggested that district is the most important unit of development. This is so due to following reasons. 1. A district is the unit that is closest to the local people. 2. It is big enough to be considered a unit for planning. 3. Due to historical reasons, the district has remained an effective unit of administration. 4. Information concerning revenue and records, irrigation, housing, roads, electrification, social services like education, health, etc. is available at the district level. 5. The zonal offices of most of the departments and sections of the state government are located at the district headquarters. 6. As the people are accustomed to district administration, it is appropriate from all angles that the district becomes a unit of planning and development. For smoother working of development agencies at district level, district panchayats, taluka panchayats, municipalities and municipal corporations, members of legislative assemblies, parliament of that district, representative of trade unions, entrepreneurs, and representative from banks are included in these agencies. The 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendments and District Development Agencies. The 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendments were passed in 1992 during the period of Prime Minister Narasimha Rao government and are significant. The 73rd and 74th Amendments provide constitutional status to Panchayati Raj, Nagarpalikas and municipal corporations. In the Constitution, there are provisions for their structure, regular elections, financial provisions, and functions. Through such provisions, the functions of district development becomes more extensive and effective. There are also provisions for reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and women representative for important decision-making positions like Sarpanch, President, and Mayor. By providing such provisions, it is accepted that the fruit of development will reach to all sections of the society, due to which the participation of all groups will also increase. From 1st January 2015, the Planning Commission has been replaced by Niti Aayog. It has entrusted developmental work to states. As per recommendation of Finance Commission, states are allotted 42% finance instead of 30%. The method of planning through 5 years plans will end in 2017. However, as per annual budget for upcoming years, the planning has to be done for developmental work as suggested through the Niti Aayog. At that time, the role of district will be important as a unit state. Development of the weaker and deprived sections. When we talk of social economic development, it also means human development. All human beings are not equal in any country. So, it is the responsibility of the democratic country to take special care of the weaker sections. According to Professor John Rawls' theory of justice, if we give proportionately greater help to people who are backward, then it will not be considered as injustice to others. In India, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, women, minority sections, children, and disabled are included in this group. Here, we will discuss the development of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, other backward communities, and women. Scheduled caste. The Constitution of India has identified those who were untouchables in our caste system since centuries as scheduled caste. As per the census 2011, Their population is 16.6% of the total population. Religions and social reforms and freedom fighters tried for the upliftment of this caste. Provisions were also made in the constitution, and governments of independent India initiated social programs for their upliftment. Scheduled tribes. Generally, those who have been traditionally living in distant forests, mountainous, and interior areas since centuries are known as tribals. As per the census of 2011, their population is 8.6% of the total population. From the viewpoint of social and economical development, they are very backward. As per our constitution, they have been recognized as scheduled tribes. Constitutional and legal provisions. Special provisions have been made in the Constitution of India for the protection and development of the above two sections of society. 1. Article 17 of the Constitution abolished untouchability and its practices. 2. A law deeming the practices of untouchability a crime was passed in 1955. In 1976, the scope of this law was expanded. 3. In 1989, an act to prevent atrocities against the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes was passed. 4. The Constitution ensured that the fundamental rights of equality was applicable to all the citizens. 5. The directive principles of state policy direct the state to take steps for the protection and welfare of these groups. 6. Seats have been reserved in the Parliament and Legislative Assembly on the basis of the population of these two sections. 7. Reservation for these sections has also been provided in the government jobs and educational institutions. 8. After 65 constitutional amendments in 1990, a National Commission for the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes has been established. In 2003, through a constitutional amendment, a separate National Commission has been established for Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe. These two commissions provide suggestions to central and state government for protection and implementation of rights and development of these sections. 9. The Dilip Singh Bhuria Commission appointed by central government has highlighted the rights of scheduled tribes on natural resources. The Commission has also suggested that in areas where the population of scheduled tribes is more than 50%, the position of Sarpanch, President, and Deputy President should be reserved for them, and these suggestions has been implemented. Development programs. Central and state government have formulated policies for social and economic development and to raise the capability of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes implemented various programs, such as the population policy of central government, women empowerment policy, policies to give importance to the local language of the state, preference to the local people in government services, etc. Education, skill development, employment opportunities, and development of the area where these sections are concentrated are looked into via these programs. Training programs are also arranged so that these sections are well trained and equipped as required. They are provided guidance for self-employed and also given loans at concessional rate. The benefits of Indira Awas Yojana and Jawahar Rozgar Yojana are given to these two groups on priority basis. Care has been taken to provide them basic facilities like drinking water, toilet, and electricity. Other backward classes. Apart from scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, there are also some other weaker sections in the Indian societies which are socially, economically, and educationally backward. They are known as other backward classes. For development of such sections, the central and state government can appoint commissions. In the year 1953, the central government appointed a commission for the other backward caste under the chairmanship of Kaka Kalelkar. But his report was not accepted by government. In the year 1992, the central government appointed a commission under the chairmanship of Bindeshwari Prasad Mandal for other backward castes. The recommendation of the commission was accepted by VP Singh of the Janata Dal government. In the year 1992, the central government has set up the National Backward Classes Finance and Development Corporation. This corporation provides scholarship to children of other backward castes, hostel facilities, coaching for public service examinations, and help for voluntary agencies working in this area. In Gujarat, the government appointed Bakshi Commission for other backward caste in the year 1973. The recommendations of this commission have been accepted and also implemented. In the year 2016, the government accepted to provide 10% reservation to economically backward class, that is EBC. However, recently it was rejected by the High Court of Gujarat. Women development. Women constitute almost the half of the total population. Similar to other parts of the world, in India also they have been in weaker position. After independence, the Constitution has given equal fundamental rights to women. The directive principles of state policy provide that women should not be discriminated. They should get equal wage for equal work. Efforts should be made to protect their health and to prevent exploitation of women, and they should get benefit of maternity leave along with full salary and other allowances. In 1976, fundamental duties were included in the Constitution, where it is stated that such behavior is prohibited which harm the dignity and pride of women, and they should not be harmed or insulted. Women welfare and development policy. Efforts for women's welfare and development have been undertaken in two ways: promulgating and implementing laws, and designing and executive programs for welfare of women. A. Promulgation and implementation of laws. To provide equality to women and for their welfare in 65 years of independence, the Parliament has passed the following laws. 1. The Special Marriage Act 1954. 2. Hindu Marriage Act 1955. 3. Dowry Prohibition Act 1961. 4. Maternity Benefit Act to Working Women with Full Salary 1961. 5. Abortion Act 1971. 6. Equal Remuneration Act 1976. 7. Child Marriage Prohibition Act 1978. 8. Amendment in the Dowry Prohibition Act 1984. 9. Muslim Women's Act 1986. 10. Amendment in the Anti-Senti Act 1987. 11. Act Against Sexual Harassment 2002. 12. Act Against Sex Determination of the Fetus Test 1994. 13. Amendment in the Hindu Succession Act for giving daughters equal right to the ancestral property. 14. Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005. 15. Protection of Women Against Sexual Harassment at Workplaces 2013. 16. Criminal Amendment Act 2013, that is Protection of Women and providing penalties for the protection of women against acid attack taking photographs without their consent. Besides, rape has been considered as a serious crime and stringent punishment are prescribed for in the Indian Penal Code. Taking this into consideration, the age for a criminal to be deemed an adult for rape has been reduced from 18 years to 16 years. The judiciary has also given judgments and served to protect the interests and rights of women. The Supreme Court has passed a judgment and instructed to stop sexual harassment to women. B. Welfare programs. Various programs for women and child development have been implemented in all the 13 5-year plans. In the year 1953, the Government of India appointed a committee titled Central Social Welfare Committee to supervise such programs. The Department of Women and Child Welfare has also been set up by the central government in 1995. Under the National Education Policy drafted in 1986, special care has been taken to promote girls' education and self-employment for women. The Indira Mahila Yojana was implemented in 1995 with an objective to organize women at grassroots level and enable them to participate in the decision-making process. The Rural Women Development and Empowerment Scheme came into force from 1998 with an objective to provide self-employment to women at the level of village itself. At state level also, various programs for women development and child welfare have been implemented. Presently, in 2016, Gujarat State Women Industrial Training Centers, Krishi Talim Yojana and programs like Sakhi Mandal Yojana, Chiranjeevi Yojana, Kuvarbainu Mameru Yojana, Saraswati Sadhana Yojana, Swayam Sindhi Yojana, Kishori Sakti Yojana, Beti Bachao, Matru Vandana Yojana, Shakti Mandal Yojana, Balika Samruddhi Yojana, Mahila Old Age Homes and Nari Adalat etc. are working for the development and safety of women. In 2015 Abhiyam 181 helpline was launched for the safety of women. Apart from that, the girls' education is free from primary to post-graduation level. 33% reservation has been made for women in the requirement of Vidya Sahayak in primary schools and in local self-government institutions in Gujarat. It is also planned to extend this benefit of 33% reservation for women in government jobs. Movement for Women Empowerment. As we have seen earlier, the constitutional provisions, directive principles of state policy, laws passed by Parliament, judicial judgments, and government policies and development programs have helped the women to come forward. In spite of all these efforts, atrocity against women are committed even today. Not only this, they are also deprived of opportunity for development. This situation has given birth to a new thought, and that is women empowerment. Women empowerment seeks to make women aware of their rights and to help them understand that they are self-dependent for the protection of their rights and not depend on anyone else. Women empowerment is a process. For this process, the efforts put in should be continuous so that women get power to fight for their problems and become strong enough to protect themselves against any type of injustice. Only then they will be able to enjoy the rights given to them by the government for their development and security. The 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments in 1992 have provided reservation of 33% seats for women in the local self-government institutions as well as for reservation in the executive position in the institutions. Thus, women have started participating actively in the politics. In Gujarat and some other states, reservation has been increased from 33% to 50% since 2015. The Indian government announced a national policy on women's empowerment in 2001. The purpose of this policy is to prepare women for their multi-phase development. The government celebrated the year as the Year of Women's Empowerment. Women organizations have also supported this move of central government and state government toward women empowerment. As per the census of 2011, there are 919 women for 1000 men. The rate of literacy for male is 82.14%, while for women it is 65.46%. This shows that in spite of so many efforts in the direction of women development and welfare, we have to go far in this direction. For this matter, we have to make the process of women empowerment more comprehensive.